Welcome back to the series where we talk about my life while trying to get to level 256 in Pac-Man.
Hey, so today's theme for this Pac-Man video is sports. First up, I gotta get this out of the way. Am I a sports fan? No. So why am I dedicating an entire video, whatever, of sports? I don't know. It's whatever, man. That's my video. Get off my back. So, sports. I'm not really a fan of sports. I think I get why people enjoy it. It's the same reason I like playing video games. It's the thrill of seeing who's gonna win, and the journey of it getting there. But I don't know. I just don't watch it. It's not. I don't know. I prefer playing video games or maybe sleeping. A lot of other things. Eating into. My parents, on the other hand, are not, or they are fans, excuse me, they are big fans of football, basketball, a little bit of baseball. They watch a little bit of baseball. Yeah, I often find them watching sports. In fact, I think they're in the other room watching sports right now, so that's exciting. I wouldn't be able to, even though my parents, they watch a lot of sports, I wouldn't be able to tell, like, anybody's name. I know, what is it, Tom Brady, he's a sportsman. He's a sportsman. I don't know any other, I don't know sports. I don't know the sport. I couldn't name a single person. My dad has a lot of baseball cards, actually. Remember those things? Because I certainly don't. He doesn't. I don't get the point of baseball cards. But I don't have to. That's not what this is about. I have a cousin on my dad's side. I forget their name. Because I only meet with them twice a year. Hold on, I'm gonna remember. It's Madeline. She plays volleyball. And I know this because my dad has started not watching her play. No, I don't know, but he started talking about it. He's been watching more volleyball lately. And I don't know. Volleyball seems pretty interesting. Story about volleyball in PE, 5th grade. I remember they had one of those giant freaking inflatable balls or whatever, and me and the people in PE used to just grab one of the nets they had and just play giant inflated ball volleyball. That was surprisingly fun. They didn't let us use the nets next year, and also they didn't really let us get out stuff that often. Plus, I didn't really have many of my friends in that PE class, and plus, COVID happened halfway through the year, so. That's exciting. So all those factors, I didn't PE 8th grade. Golly, the years mixed together. 7th grade, PE wasn't very fun. And also, I said earlier it was 5th grade. It's actually 7th grade. No, wait. Oh my gosh, my brain hurts. Okay, so last year would have been my 8th grade year, and the year before that would have been my 7th grade year. So 7th grade was when I had giant inflatable volleyball time, and 8th grade was when I got COVIDed, and it was also the most boring PE year. Yeah, whoo-wee. I actually have some PE stories I'll tell maybe later, but, my cousin, my other cousin on my dad's side, Cole, is not a sportsman. He is a video game man like me. We get along pretty well. If I asked him, he'd probably say some of the same things about sports, to be completely honest. So yeah, that's my family and sports. Also, my grandparents were pretty big on sports, and I assume my aunts and stuff were, pretty big on sports too. Ooh, I can talk about the games. We recently got Nintendo Online for Nintendo Switch. After almost an entire year of having the Switch, we finally got that. Anyway, and so they have an NES thing, and they have tennis on the NES, the bunch of NES games game. What is it called? Nintendo I mean, it's the NES Online. I don't know what it's called, but they have a bunch of NES games, and one of the NES games they have is frickin' tennis. That one was that's a fun one. Speaking of video game tennis, Super Mario Tennis Aces. I've played that. They had a story mode. I completed it. It was pretty fun too. Wii Sports as well had tennis, and I enjoyed that. Speaking of Wii Sports, I won't talk much about it, but freaking Wii Sports is a blast. The NES thing also had a baseball, which I played a bit, but I couldn't really figure out the controls. I'm sure it says somewhere, but I couldn't really figure it out. They also have wrestling, which I guess technically is a sport. Punch Out, yeah, Punch Out. But they also have a wrestling that's called like pro wrestling or something. It's not Punch Out though. Yeah, but video games are pretty much my only exposure to sports. My dad even has like a couple sports games that he hasn't played in years because he's not really a gamer. And my mom has this fitness game. I think it's, what is it called? I don't know. She also has Dance Dance Revolution 2, so, and again, she hasn't really played that in years, so. So my friends are, unsurprisingly, not very athletic people. I have like one or two friends that are big into sports, but not many, because, you know, I guess I gravitate to the people who are more like me. Weird how that works, right? So not really many sporty friends. Hey, did you know being athletic in Spanish is atletico? It's funny because it's not. It's not funny. But I mean, school sports, it's weird. Actually, you know what? Dustin, he's in, shoot. It's, oh man, I hope I don't offend him. It's not, I can't remember which one it is, track or cross country. They're basically the same thing in my mind, even though I know they're different. I think it's cross country. I think he's in cross country, not track. But yeah, he's in cross country, which I guess counts as a sport. Who knows? I don't know how he feels about that. He doesn't. Well, he doesn't really talk about it too often. I get the impression that it's fine. Okay, we hit the 10-minute mark, and I remember what I was gonna think about earlier. It was the PE stories. That's what was on my mind. PE stories. Oh yeah, I guess I can do that. This is 7th grade, and I actually remember it is 7th grade. I remember, not 6th or 7th, or it is 7th. Not yes, it is 7th. PE story. I had PE 7th grade. And I remember specifically, I had a small crush here, a little bit of drama here. I won't say her name, because she still goes to school with me, and even though I doubt she's going to listen to this, maybe, I'm still a little embarrassed. Although I do not have a crush on her anymore. But I did have a small crush on her. And I remember there was a time we were playing volleyball. What do you know? We were playing volleyball. And I remember she, shoot. Sorry for the sudden cut. I don't know if it's as evident in editing or because it's just sound, but there was a cut there. I actually wrote down the story a while back, and I wanted to get the full story. And apparently it was actually badminton. It was badminton. I remembered it as volleyball. It was badminton. So anyway, this girl, she stops playing and she goes off to the side, like of the gym, and with all of us playing badminton, we're just like, hey, what's up, dude? Not dude. What's going up, not dude? And she said she was just pretty tired. So, you know, not too bad, but it was a little weird that she just kind of stopped and then sat down. And then the coaches, they were like, hey, this class is based on physical activity, so if you're not doing some sort of movementing, we're going to have to count you off. So she just starts walking around the gym. And, like, after a while of watching her not really struggle, but just kind of walking around, I decided, hey, I'm going to stop playing badminton and go over there to talk with her to see what's up. And so I do just that, and I go over to her and start talking to her. And when I asked her how she was feeling, she said, quote, I still remember, every step I take is pain. So, yeah, clearly she was doing great. So anyway, we talked a little bit more about stuff and jokes. I remember specifically we talked about jokes and anti-jokes. Then, towards the end of the class period, she grabs my arm and kind of like links up with me. I don't know if that makes sense. She like you know that dance where it's like grab your partner, round we go. You know that she did that. She like I don't know, and that was really spooky. It was really spooky for me. I was like, holy crap, is it happening? And she stopped and looked at me, apparently sensing my nervousness, and she's like, "Hey, is this okay? Maybe I should stop." And I'm like, "Yes." And then I'm like, "Wait, should I have said that? Maybe I should have just left it. Dang." And so, Coach, she stops, and I'm like, "Oh, maybe I should have just left it." Oh man, that was such a big moment, man. Dude, I remember that day. Does that mean she liked me? Maybe. I don't know. I'm still in school. I don't know the answers to everything. Although I'm sure a lot of adults will say the same thing. I don't know the answers to everything. But still, it was like such a weird thing, and I was like, whoa, whoa. Like I don't know what to think of it still. But yeah, soon the class period ended, and it was like, oh, I guess I gotta go. And I was just still thinking about it. And I know I was still thinking about it because I wrote about it at the end of the day, which is like a couple hours later. So it's really weird. Holy cow, this took a lot longer to explain than I thought. I've currently got 3 minutes left before I'm at the 20-minute mark. I still have stuff I want to talk about, though. Anyway, that girl, wow. What do I think? I don't know. Next thing, maybe not really a story per se, but I just want to say I'm not very physically active, just at all. My weight is not in the healthy range, we'll put it that way, and my muscles are pretty skinny. I've been called a toothpick and skinny on multiple occasions. So not the best. Oh, okay. So here's one of the other things I want to talk about. So with physical exercise, they say, "Hey, do that, and you'll feel better about yourself. Like it helps with sadness or whatever." And like, I didn't really believe that because it's like, why would doing something you don't like do that? But the weird thing is that it actually does, and it freaking confuses me. Because, like, I don't really like doing physical activity, but I feel better after doing it. I don't really understand how that works. Like, I took a walk outside after feeling, I don't know, a little frustrated, and I felt really better afterwards, and I don't know why that is. I don't know. Like they say, it's like the dopamine floods you or whatever. But dopamine. Why does the dopamine flood you when you're doing physical activity? Is there some sort of biological reason? Like I don't know. Because dopamine it helps you when you eat, so because your brain's rewarding you for staying alive. So maybe it's like rewarding you for getting better muscles or something. I don't know. It's really confusing to me. I don't understand it at all. Anyway, that's my thoughts on physical education. Trying to think of another story. Oh, yeah, in addition to that other story I said before, I remember specifically in the thing I wrote, I was like, and I kind of felt bad for leaving my group at, my badminton group. I kind of felt bad for that. I wrote that. Oh, I got another story, but I'm about to hit the 10-minute mark, so I'm just going to cut here, but you won't notice the cut because audio cuts indistinguishably. Real quick story because I need. This is a real quick story because I feel like I need more substance for this. So we were outside during my student aid period in 8th grade last year. Side note, 8th grade was an amazing year. I don't know what other people think, but 8th grade was like one of the best years I've had, which is last year. So anyway, so student aid. We had we didn't really need to do anything in that student aid class, so me and the two other people that were in that student aid class, we went outside to play basketball, And as I've mentioned before, I'm not very athletic, nor do I know sports very well, so you can imagine how I did. But it was still fun, and we just played basketball during a normal class, like a not physically active class. It's wild. I might have another time for just student aid in general. That was a weird class. Not in a bad way though. That story's a lot shorter than I thought. Maybe one more story. Oh, I know what I can talk about. Oh, this is so easy. So last semester I had PE, right? Well, guess what? PE was pretty bad. The coach didn't really seem to care. It's like it was COVID, and so he couldn't really make us do a whole lot of stuff. So he was just like, so either we spent 30 minutes walking around the gym or outside, or we just kind of stood in the bleachers, not stood, sat in the bleachers the entire time. One of the other two. And those days that we just sat in the bleachers, he gave us like a grade of 10 out of 10. He was great. In a not great way, you know what I mean? It was kind of boring, but it gave me time to do some homework, so that was nice, I guess. Oh, and another PE story. That one, there's probably more to that I'm not thinking of right now, but another PE story. Back in fourth, I think it was either fourth or maybe second, third, or fourth. I don't know. Those years kind of blur together for me. But we were playing sharks and minnows in PE, and I remember that I was running away from one of the sharks or whatever, and I just slammed my knee into one of the hinges of a door, and it starts getting purple really quickly, and it was like a deep purple. And I remember it hurt a whole lot. I was crying. And I know Dustin, he remembers too, because he told me about it a little while ago. But it was really purple, and it hurt a lot. I got to go home a little early that day, even though I think that was my second to last class. Yeah, I think it was was it the second? I don't remember. No, we didn't have classes. It was just like a break to do PE. So I don't know. It was like halfway through the day. I don't remember. Again, those years are kind of blurry for me. But I got to go home early, but it still freaking hurt. So it's not really what I was thinking about. I was thinking, will this pain ever go away? So anyway, yeah, that's one of the painfulest moments of my life, where I got a giant deep purple bruise from slamming my knee into a door hinge. I don't know how the door hinge fared. I assume it was fine, but I didn't ask. Okay, so that's probably all the stories I need. Yeah, that's all I'm going to talk about for now. The theme, in case you forgot already, was sports and physical education, sports and physical activity. And I don't know, I guess I'll see you next time I see you. Oh, and before I forget, show how many levels we've gotten through in Pac-Man. Cool. That's a pretty good number, actually. Wow. So anyway, see you when I see you. Bye.